Oh man, I'm fucking beat. You ever so you ever do so little work that you're fucking fatigued from not working? Yeah. So today I only had like one group and one person to visit with today at work. So the rest of the day was like figuring out how to like seem busy so you weren't given busy work to do. You know what I mean? Like you Yeah, man. You ever go to somebody, especially like a supervisor or something, you're like, I'm just kind of chilling today. I don't got nothing going on. And they're like, I need 1 million copies of of this word procrastination. I need you to put it in 32 font and make 1 million copies for group. And it's like, oh fuck, I don't want to do any of that. So you like sit in the office and you fucking watch like Bert Kreischer on YouTube and fucking Joe Rogan tell funny stripper stories. And then when you get tired of doing that, you're like, fuck, I gotta take a walk. So how can I look busy on a walk? So you fucking find a clipboard and you put some paper in the clipboard
Oh
and you
my
get a pen
goodness.
and you walk through the fucking hallway clicking the pen with this with this clipboard and this paper. So the motherfuckers think you're busy and you know who's not at work. So you go to the door of the people you know aren't at work and knock on the door like you got shit you got to talk to somebody about, knowing no one's gonna answer the fucking door.
Oh my god. So it pops. Oh, they're not here today. Oh shit. Okay, I'll come back later.
Yeah, yeah. So I gotta go find. It's important. So
On
you
to
go
the
to another
next.
fucking
On
door.
to the next.
Yeah, you know that motherfucker's not there either, knocking on the door. Then you make a nice office lap, say hello to a few people, and then go back in your office and watch some more fucking YouTube.
Oh my goodness, that's funny. Well, I will. I have a funny story to tell real quick before we get started. So the other day, I got a FedEx package. I've been getting packages all week. Shit for my kid, for Christmas is coming up. So, the what you call it? The FedEx drops off, and I didn't think anything about it. And I went to the door to pick it up, brought it in the house. I'm like, fuck, this is a heavy fucking box. Like, what the fuck?
You
Could
got
this
that
be?
mold I sent you?
No. So like you'll get a kick out of this. Like so I'm like looking at the fucking thing, like I go back to look at the box and I'm like, oh fuck, this ain't even addressed to me. It's addressed to some kid named Zach. And I'm like
Oh,
looking at it and I look at the box and I look where it's from and I'm like, oh, this shit's from AdamandEve.com.
oh, nice. So you had to open it. You're like, let's see what
didn't
inside.
open it. I didn't open it, but I know it's this
Oh,
kid. So I know
you're just saying that because it's a federal crime.
Well,
I know. I
listen
know.
now.
Secretly, you opened it.
Listen to me now. So I didn't open it. So the kid it's addressed to, he lives with his mom across the hallway from me, and so I was like, oh, this kid, I don't like this kid, so I'm gonna fuck him up. So I waited till his mom came home, and I was like, hey, this package came for your kid today. It's from AdamandEve.com. I just want to make sure you got that. And she's like, what? What's AdamandEve.com? I was like, oh, I don't know. Like, you should just ask your kid about it. Like, she's like, what?
Yeah, like I don't know. Like she knows what it is.
He's standing right behind her in the house. I can see him. He's just like fucking mean mugging me from. So I fucking seen that kid today, and he's like, "Thanks for that, buddy." And I was like, "Don't be fucking running up my stairs, pounding on the doors at 3:00 in the morning, and I won't do that kind of shit to you no more."
Right.
Anyways, let's get started here. Let me. I'll run the clip. And we'll be right back. All right.
Is that clip over already?
Yeah, we're good. We're back live. So let's just.
That was like a night with the wife.
Jesus Christ. So don't fuck with me, fucking
all
next
the
door
all the
neighbor.
build up.
if you're listening to this, don't fuck with me. I will fuck your world up. So, all right. What do you want to talk about first here?
Oh man, let's see. What are you thinking, Grayson Allen tripping somebody?
We do need to do one other thing. We got to pay some bills here. We need to run a promo for BoobTube. They were kind enough to run our promo on their show, so let's do that now. Let me get that all skewed up here, and we will
do the BoobTube.
Yeah, they ran our promo, so we can run theirs on our show. So let's see.
We appreciate y'all.
Yeah, we do. We much love to you guys for doing that. Let's run that right now. BoobTube, you can go check them out on BoobTube.
The BoobTube Buddies are a group of men and women dedicated to bringing class to post-episode discussions of your favorite shows.
Whips, chains, he was...
Alright, so let's see.
The BoobTube...
Let me go ahead and cue that up, and then we will run that real quick. I'm going to mute me and Bo, and it'll run in the background. So give me 1 second, guys.
The BoobTube Buddies are a group of men and women dedicated to bringing class to post-episode discussions of your favorite shows.
Whips, chains, he was up for anything. So he put on his patent black leather gloves and went to the party. Little did he know, there was no party. It was an elementary school. It was 11 a.m.
Thoroughly examining all the angles.
Man, Jurassic Park 3 was a real piece of shit.
But it had William H. Muffman in it.
Who's William H. Muffman? Did you just have a stroke when you said that name?
Sophistication and congeniality above all else.
That's how I feel every time I'm here, because she literally podcasts with her naked butt in my face the entire time. And I just really fell for Audrey at that moment.
I don't, but it wouldn't be surprising if I did, as I love to shock people with my nude body.
Don't be caught with your trousers down at the tea caddy the next morning.
Jerking uncontrollably, and Claire pulls him out.
That's what Mothman does after he gets off the podcast.
Just jerk uncontrollably. To the sound of our own voices.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
I fucking love post-editing.
The BoobTube Buddies are currently covering Westworld, The Walking Dead, Luke Cage, Ash vs. Evil Dead, and The Gilmore Girls. You can find them on any major podcasting app, as well as boobtubebuddies.com, or at BoobTube Buddies on all social media platforms. Stay classy, little buddies.
All right. Well, that was good shit.
All right.
So I know you didn't hear any of that, Bo, but
I didn't. I think it was wonderful though. Like I just have this great feeling. Like you ever see like people and they're walking down the street and they're like dancing and bebopping to this music that nobody hears but them?
Yep.
Yep. That's how I was feeling just now. I was hearing like don't you forget about me. Don't. I don't know why the Breakfast Club was fresh in my mind.
So you can go check them out at boobtubebuddies.com. They do, basically they do a podcast about current shows that are playing. They're doing Westworld, Walking Dead, Gilmore Girls, and a couple others. So they just talk about the shows after the show, kind of like those guys that do those shows like after. I think there's like the
Talking Dead,
Talking
like
Dead,
after the Walking Dead, yeah.
And then there's one about the Game of Thrones as well. So those guys were kind enough to run our ad on their show, and we did that like in favor. So go over there, blow up their channel, let them know that you came from us, and we appreciate that so much. They got a YouTube and Twitter and all that good stuff. So go over there and hit them up. Appreciate it so much, guys. All right, so
onward, everybody that likes TV is gonna like their show.
Oh, absolutely. So.
And you're all American for the most part, so you like TV. And if you're not American, you probably enjoy American TV because that's a well-made product. So
American TV, yes, indeed. So. All right, so Let's just talk about these college football stars that are not gonna fucking.
So you want to do that first?
Yes, let's talk about these fuckers.
All right, let's talk about it. See, I don't think they're fuckers at all. I think they're ingenious businessmen who are worried about the product that they sell, which is themselves. And I feel like they look at what happened to, was it Jalen Smith, your Cowboys second-round pick last year, the linebacker from Notre Dame? Is that the right name? I think that's the right name.
Yeah,
Jalen
that's
Smith.
who. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
his name.
Yeah, who was supposed to be a top 5 pick, going into his bowl game. And it was a non-national championship bowl game. And he tore his knee all to hell and fell from a top 5 pick to, I think you guys took him the bottom of the second round, maybe? I don't know. But there was like an Albert Breer report of, I think, past NFL Network. I think he works for MMQB now, Peter King's segment for Sports Illustrated on the NFL. And anyway, he was talking about how essentially this kid lost around $23 million.
Because of him tearing up his knee.
Yeah, in this game that really didn't amount to much. His team lost, and even had they won, they weren't going to be national champions. It wasn't a national championship playoff or anything.
Yeah.
So, and I think he did have some insurance on himself, but I don't think he had anywhere near $23 million worth of insurance on
sure
himself.
Not. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a significant amount of money.
Yeah.
To like lose over one game at the end of your collegiate career.
I agree.
So, and both of these guys are running backs. Running backs, lots of carries, lots of hits, lots of opportunity for injury in a non-meaningful game. Both of their bowl games are not significant when it comes to national championships. And I believe both
So you
of their
think they're
teams
doing it so they don't get hurt?
I fucking guarantee they're doing it so they don't get hurt. They've both been stand-up team players all the way up till now. They've played through injuries, throughout regular season and things like that. Now they both have already declared for the NFL draft. So I think that, it's like stock watch. I'm not going to go out there, risk, blowing my knee out, my ankle, any of the kind of thing, like my shoulder, anything that would mess up their opportunity to be ready for the NFL Combine, which is where they're going to make their real cheddar because they've already put it on film. And I think I think McCaffrey and Fournette are going to test off the charts at all the things that they do drill wise. So they don't want to hurt themselves before they go, make their money. And let's be honest, we've talked about fighters on here, and you get a certain number of hits, and then you're not a good fighter anymore. Like your sweet spot just grows from like here all the way up your face. So the same thing's true of NFL running backs. These guys have a certain number of carries, a certain amount of mileage, and then they're not going to be special anymore. So to me, conserving those things makes a lot of sense.
I guess I didn't think about it from that way. I thought about it as they're just fucking assholes that don't want to play in the bowl game because it doesn't mean anything. I didn't think about it from a standpoint of getting hurt. Do you think they have shots in the NFL?
Oh yeah, they're probably both going to be first-round picks.
But what about other bowl or NFL prospects that are going to play in bowls, even meaningful or not? They're going to run the risk of getting hurt as well.
Well, I think they will, and I think that's a decision they're making. I don't think that those guys play necessarily at a skill position that takes the beating that a running back takes. Nor do I think that those guys necessarily were given first-round grades by the NFL. Knowing that I'm going to be a first-rounder no matter what happens in this game or not.
Do you think it makes a trend, though? So what happens...
Oh, I think...
I think in 3 years, 3 or 5 years, what if we have all these highly awesome, what if we have a bunch of seniors that are going to be NFL eligible, and they decide, I'm not playing the national championship game because, man, I don't want to blow my knee out.
Well, see, I don't think it'll be in the national championship game, though. I think it'll be in all these other meaningless bowls where it's going to make a difference. I think that if either of these guys were playing for the national championship, that they're both competitive enough that they would risk injury to try to win a national title. I think that they're looking at it and saying, this game is for nothing other than, to play one more time with my pals, which, everybody, you love your boys and you like to play with them. But it really doesn't mean anything other than the school makes a couple $1,000,000 and I risk losing multiple $1,000,000.
Do you think it's selfish?
I mean, on some level, I think it is selfish, but I think that it's also smart business wise. And I think that, now they're talking about being professional athletes. And so it's all going to be selfish from now on. Now it's a business. Their body is their business.
It's the whole nobody's looking out for me, I'm going to get mine. So I don't know. It just seems, even from that, like, I understand. I wouldn't, if you're going to play in a game and, but where does it end, So, do you not play? Fuck, man, like, where do you draw the line at? Do you draw
Well,
the
there
line?
were people who thought Fournette should have sat out the entire year. There were scouts who thought that he had enough on tape. He's a ridiculous athlete. Why play and risk an injury at all? Because so many guys have been hurt. Yeah, there was talk about that before the whole season started. Now, he played the whole season. They didn't make a meaningful bowl.
So that comes down to, almost, to me, it's like, like, you're demonizing the sport of football, because in the end, football is a team sport, and you need all hands on deck, so to speak, to keep the ball moving. So, and it's not that, and I'm not in their situation. I never, I never been in that situation.
Well, let's just be honest about what college football is. College football is minor league professional football, where they just don't have to pay their athletes. And so if you look at it from that honest standpoint, well, there's no other minor league organization that they can go to.
I don't disagree that it's not a minor league, but I definitely they fucking pay those people, so they're giving them a free education.
Not above board. Well, so
they're helping prepare those guys for life after the NFL.
A lot of them, that is true.
So I don't think that I don't want people thinking that I think that the college football people, I really think they are paid. I think they're paid in ways maybe, but even besides educational benefit. These guys, I was a fucking college athlete. I know exactly how this shit goes. Like, you get all kinds of fucking perks and spiffs, and they dance around that white line of not being paid, because of the NCAA. So
within reason, but they're still they're the main amateur version or minor league version.
I would agree.
Of football for the NFL. So they're the feeder to the NFL. So, from that, you also have to view it from the individual business standpoint, and that, if I'm working to get a career and I've accomplished what I need to move up in my career, why would I risk these things? And I don't think you can harshly judge people who make that business decision, especially if they play it through to the end and they're not in a meaningful game. And I do think that both of these guys, if they were in a national title game, would be playing.
So, I don't know. Like, it's a rock and a hard place. I can see both sides of that argument. I really can. Like, I completely understand where you wouldn't want to hurt yourself and hurt your chances at going and getting maybe pursuing a lifelong goal, playing in the NFL, making a fuckload of money, and basically, you're going to go into a job that's not going to last very long. What did you say the other day?
Average career is less than 3 years.
3 years, so you want to make yourself look as good as you can before that happens. But at the same time, on the other hand, you have this coach and team that has helped you get to where you are, make you the people that make you the player that you are. So
well, and they've both come, like, both schools have come out in support of these running backs not playing. So the school, the teammate, the coach have all spoken up on behalf of the running backs. Said they were good teammates. Said they've always been good leaders. All the things you want to hear, and they support them not playing and understand the rationale.
Did those players use that verbiage, meaningless bowls?
I do not know if they use that or if that's my own term.
Okay.
I can't say specifically, but I can say that both of these, we'll call them student athletes for your benefit here, rather than semi-pro football.
I don't
players.
disagree with that at all. I don't disagree that the college football is a farm league for the NFL. I don't disagree with that.
So, but yeah, they both understand the rationale. And honestly, I think when you look at most people in these guys' positions, they've already been dinged up this year. They've had some knee and some ankle things already happen, and they're already like graded out to be a first round pick. Then you say, why would you risk harming that and the kind of loss that Smith took last year as far as monetary gain, that he'll never see that money. Like he might make a shit ton of money and he might be a Pro Bowler and have a 10-year career, but that's $23 million that he'll never see. And that's a lot of fucking money to never see.
It's a fine line to walk. I agree. I'm glad I don't have to make that decision. That'd be a tough one for me to make.
So,
but I think a lot of that has to come with what I don't know that I might have been the same way they'd have been back then. I've had to participate in a lot of team things and team efforts, so that maybe I didn't have that kind of belief when I was 20, 21 years old or 23 years old. So
right. So, but I don't think that these guys should have to go to college to become professional athletes. I think that the NFL and even the NBA, they should have better developmental leagues and better feeder systems. The NFL could do it through the use of practice squads if they didn't want to do it as far as creating an entire minor league system. So I think there are ways that they could do this in order to allow these kids who want to be professional athletes and may be talented enough coming in to go ahead and become pros and not have to go to college if they don't really want to. Not everybody wants to go to college, and a career in football or basketball doesn't mean you should have to go to college. That's not something you get a degree to be good at. You know what I mean?
I do, and I agree with that. The reason that will probably never happen is because that the college basketball, college football, and NFL and NBA make too much goddamn money.
Yeah, they're all in cahoots.
To ever let that fucking happen. So, if you have all these... Basically, if you're trying to provide another, the NFL can't have... I'm sure there's probably some kind of law, same with the NBA, that they can't own a farm league that's, and the NFL, so... Or some kind of minor league. It'd probably have to be some kind of different organization, so... And I think we've talked about that before.
Yeah, we have talked about that.
I think it's...
Well, the NBA has a D League right now. They have a developmental league. But guys can't even join that until after they're 1 year removed from high school because they passed that rule that you can't go to the NBA straight out of high school. And I think the NFL's rule is actually 3 years out of high school.
The NFL has a developmental league?
No, they don't.
Oh, okay.
They used to. Well, I mean, you could say the Canadian Football League if you wanted to. Because they used to have the World League.
Where Roger Staubach, or not Roger Staubach, what's his face?
Arena League, Kurt Warner.
No, Trump and them all had teams of them.
Oh yeah, that was actually an NFL rival.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so because it played during the summer, it basically picked up where the NFL left off.
Well, and they actually like Jim Kelly before he was on the Buffalo Bills played in that.
A lot of big names came out of that league.
Yeah.
So
the story is that's the league that Trump killed. So I think there's a really cool ESPN 30 for 30 about that. So,
Trump killed it. Okay,
through like his dealings and competing and things. Yeah,
could be. Everybody's human, right?
Oh sure.
All right, so while we're talking about sports, we got actually a couple sports things to talk about here. We'll talk about my Duke Blue Devils and this Grayson Allen fucker, who is just a flagrant, just an emotional kid still, and needs to grow the fuck up and not be fucking tripping people while playing basketball. So.
Yeah. I think the issue is just how flagrant his trips are. You know what I mean? Like if he was playing defense and bodying up somebody and they start to get by him and he like extends out a little bit and trips somebody. But he'll be on the floor and throw his leg out and trip somebody.
Also, the one that did him in last.
He's like Cobra Kai, man. He's fucking sweeping the leg.
So the one that did him in, he's underneath the bucket, and he steps out of bounds and like literally hikes his leg up as far as he can get it in the air and trips this fucker. And then he like throws a hissy fit when the ref calls him out on it, and they give him a technical. They sit him down, and he just explodes on the bench. And this shows the immaturity of this player. He's a junior, which I think he should be far removed from that kind of behavior. He's up under the regime of Coach K, which that in itself is shocking that something like this is going on Coach K's team. So, I was glad to see that Duke did something before the NCAA got involved, because they were going to do something.
They're saying the ACC is investigating too, because they may do something still. I don't know if you saw that or not.
So I was, if the ACC decides to do something, they could fine Duke, the school, for it. They could suspend the coach for him not doing something right away about it. Because this wasn't the first incident. This was the third incident. So, I hate to see that. I really do. He's a good player, and he's emotional, but he's.
I'll be honest and tell you what I hated about it. You want to know what I hated about it? It was against fucking Elon. That's what I hated about it. You know what I mean? Like, do that shit against fucking Kentucky or something. Where there's a history of Leitner stepping on a chest. But you don't do that against fucking Elon.
There was another team. Who was it last night? I think it was. I know it was the Iowa. They played somebody. And the coach got mad at the end of the game because they tried to score. They were beating them handedly, and everybody was walking off the floor, and there was still time left on the clock. And one of the opposing team members up front that were playing against Iowa scored a bucket, and that enraged the coach. And he told he wouldn't let he made the entire team and staff leave the building. Wouldn't shake hands, nothing. So. Just poor sportsmanship, you beat the socks off of somebody, and then you get mad because he scores an extra bucket that doesn't have any kind of, doesn't mean anything at the end of the game, and he got mad and left, and wouldn't let any of his team, any of his players shake the hands like they normally do in college ball. So
that is awful.
It was bad. I'm sure that he will probably give some kind of fake fucking TV apology about it, so. But
there's no apology. He's an asshole. There's no apology for that. He's an asshole.
It was a poor statement by Iowa, the Hawkeyes, their basketball team. And it was so.
Here's a leader of young men who's supposed to teach people things. Part of the things he's supposed to teach is sportsmanship and all these things that young people are supposed to learn from their role models. Who a coach is, a role model, and a teacher. And this is the way this fucker acts.
Yep.
He should be suspended. It was Iowa. The fucking Big Ten should suspend him.
There's something that, it was just, you could tell everybody, even the announcers.
What would happen to a player that did that? Look how much Grayson Allen's in trouble for tripping a kid.
Yep. I think something, you got to come down on him. You got to. There's no way around it. You have to do it.
I feel like publicly shaming him and then slapping the shit out of him would be the perfect thing to do, on TV. But they won't do that.
Let's see.
You bring him out in the fucking courtyard, take off a fucking leather glove and slap him when there was a duel being challenged a long fucking time.
So his name is Fran McCaffrey, I think is what his name is. So, yeah.
Fran should be better than that. We're disappointed, Fran.
They beat North Dakota Fighting Hawks. What the fuck? Yeah.
Again, so Grayson Allen trips a guy from Elon, and the Iowa coach gets mad at fucking North Dakota.
And it wasn't even a close game. It wasn't. Nothing mattered about that at all. They beat them handedly in that game. I tried to find 84-73. I think it was 71 before that kid scored the last bucket. So.
Oh fuck, man! He had money on a game, point spread.
Must be, yeah. Oh, and it says the basket. It didn't even count. Okay.
Oh,
so it didn't even fucking count. So
he was like, Jesus, these gamblers, they're gonna break my knees.
So I guess there was a lot of stuff that happened during the game that he was getting fed up with. He said that the final tipping point in the game's final sequence was Iowa's leading by a big margin. Then North Dakota senior guard Corey Baldwin turned the ball over attempting a pass with 5 seconds remaining. Iowa's Nicholas Baer held the ball and appears to contend to stand and run the rest of the clock out as players from both teams headed towards their respective benches. Baldwin then stripped the ball from Baer and with 3 seconds left, passed to Drick Bernstein for a layup. The basket didn't count, but the damage was done. McCaffrey turned and headed to the locker room, waving his players along as he walked away.
What a douche.
I know, right? Like, how... Like, fuck, dude. You won the game. Like, fucking A. So... Yeah.
I mean, even if he wanted to have an attitude about it, like, fucking shake hands, and when you get to that kid, like, throw your arm around his shoulder and say, hey, man, you can be better than that, son. Yeah. You know, like, fucking make it a teachable moment. Don't just be a prick.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite things to tell people is, you know, if they're doing something stupid, I don't need to ridicule them for it. I'm just like, hey, you're better than that. What the fuck are you doing? You know?
Yeah.
Let's give him the fucking, you know, the gabagool. What the fuck are you doing? Tony Soprano fucking, you know, hand.
Right.
So, yeah, it was a shame to see that. So
I agree. Tragic. And like I said, to me, he should be suspended as a head coach because you look at Grayson Allen suspended for fucking tripping a kid, and now here's a head coach who displays such poor sportsmanship that he won't even allow his student athletes to go shake hands with other student athletes who they just beat in a basketball game.
Yeah. So they suspended indefinitely Grayson Allen, huh?
Yeah.
No,
yep. That's
the return date to be determined, eh?
Exactly. TBD.
I think it's a good thing. This will be a lesson, hopefully, that he learns from this, you know, and he needs to not be so fucking hot-headed. You know,
yeah.
he's a good player, and, you know, this is just unacceptable behavior. So it's unacceptable behavior in any level of, you know, we don't allow this in our...
I mean, like I said, my big beef is that it was against fucking Elon. You know, if you're gonna trip somebody, I mean, fucking trip somebody that's worth tripping, man.
Well, I agree. I think that it's, you know, like you said, it's who they did it against, and then how flagrant it was. It wasn't like you tried to hide it, or like, you know,
right.
If you're in the paint and you try to hide, you know, just spread out. It's not like that. It was this guy evidently did, and then he wanted to act like he didn't know what the fuck he did. Motherfucker, you know.
Anybody that's never seen The Karate Kid, you go watch The Karate Kid, and you'll see Grayson Allen's move right there.
Sweep the
fucking
legs.
Johnny is all about that.
It's just, I think it's poor sportsmanship. He's got a hot head, and he needs to learn to control his emotions a little better. You need to be able to learn to harness that, and you know, and work towards another goal with that aggression. Play hard on the court, but leave that shit on the court. You know, there's no reason to try to hurt somebody because you're pissed at them. So.
Right. Well, and he's ridiculously talented too. You know what I mean?
I know he is.
He's got a sweet J. He's got a nice athleticism. So, you know, if he could get his shit together in his head, I mean, he's got a nice NBA career. In fact, I was reading a story about him today, and he was already projected before this season to be a first-round pick in the NBA. So, I don't know. He's got in the last 2 seasons, his points per game is 20.2, which is the highest for anybody in a power conference.
I bet you somebody's already done the math. I wonder what it is. If he disenrolls right now, is there enough time to make the draft for next year? Does he have the length of time, you know?
Well, I think now he's got to play it out. Like, he's got to come back and he's got to be a good fucking sport. Because now he's karate kicking people on the court, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I agree.
So, but...
All right, so then the Giants got fined for using walkie-talkies during the Cowboys game, which really, they won. I don't think that had anything to do with them winning the game. So
no, I don't think so either.
So I guess they $150K and 50,000. I think
the rationale for the fine was just simply the fear that they were able to communicate, like the coach could communicate with the quarterback at times that he's not supposed to be able to. And I didn't know this before, but the mic in the helmet cuts off at a certain time period. Yeah.
Like,
and so that was actually the big
something like that,
something like that. And so that was actually the issue, is that they felt like there might have been an unfair advantage potentially because with the walkie-talkie, he could talk into the headset the entire game, like the whole time. It would never cut off. So
God, you wonder what those fucking things fucking cost, man. Like,
I'm sure a lot of fucking money.
yeah, like you gotta think like, well, probably the headset. I have a really awesome headset that I wear in my helmet, a Bluetooth headset that I wear in my motorcycle helmets, where I can talk to. Me and Rocket ride motorcycles, and we can talk to each other Bluetooth from 2 miles away. You know, like that's
pretty cool.
And that, you know, I guess the whole set between the two of them was like $600. So I'm sure it's along the same lines of technology wise. But then you talk about those helmets, like those helmets are like, they go through so much testing. I'm sure them helmets are fucking, I don't know what an official NFL helmet, you know, cost. I remember I had an official NFL helmet when I was like 6 years old. It was a Bengals helmet. And it, you know, I remember my mom and dad buying it. I think it was like $300 then. So I can't even imagine that was way before any kind of, you know, new safety shit had.
Oh, sure.
You know,
yeah.
So, you know, so I would guess somewhere between $3,000 to $5,000 is what a helmet costs. You know, an official NFL helmet. So
Yeah,
maybe
I don't think
less.
it's cheap.
Maybe less. I don't know.
I don't know. Just the ones in the collector things are like $500 or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that's expensive. So
Fuck yeah, it is. Nobody got you just got $500 laying around just everywhere.
you know what I mean?
You need to give me a call. I'm gonna help you diversify your bonds. So, and then we got the new Tough series for UFC's coming up. So there's gonna be some. So if you like Tough, the Ultimate Fighter show, it's gonna be the return of some people that maybe you've seen on the show before, which will be kind of cool to see. The rumored roster includes people like Jesse Taylor, Julian Lane, Diego Lima might be on there. Zach Cummings was another name I recognized. Jamie Yeager, that's the dude that had the huge fro. The karate fucking dude. Hyder Hansen. So it'll be cool. There's no coaches picked for it yet, I don't think. So
there's talk too that the winner might go right into a title fight, right?
yeah.
Like that was one of the things I was reading, that potentially whoever wins out would have the opportunity to fight for a title like as soon as they won out.
Yeah.
So that's hugely significant.
It is. So we'll see. I'd like to see, you know, coaches that we've seen before come back, especially with those people. Like, if you're gonna have a house full of guys that have already been on the show, so the attitude's just gonna be multiplied. Like, all the fucking BS in the house is just gonna be multiplied, because you're gonna have all these guys that are full of testosterone and all they do is fight right now, and all, you know, and they're all gonna think, I've done this before. I know more than you. You know, I'm better than you. So like. And in the end, what Fox and the UFC are trying to do is they're just trying to sell. So, you know, whatever makes the most money. So the more drama that they can ensue inside these houses, you know, always the better seasons are always the seasons where people are throwing lawn chairs and grills into the pool and tearing the house fucking apart. Those are the ones that people watch. That's
like Celebrity Rehab.
Like, yeah, they like to watch that shit. So they like to live vicariously through these people. Or they like to think that, okay, so fuck, my life ain't anywhere near that bad, so I've got to be doing all right.
Right. Today's a good day because that shit's not happening to me.
That's right. So, so there's talk about, what Bo's talking about is the title shot at Tyrone Woodley. So that would be cool. So,
yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
We'll have to see how all that goes. So, you heard any more about this Facebook shit? So let's talk a little bit about that. They want to be the guardians of the fucking news, the Snopes of the news. That's fucking bull. You know, and of course Facebook has this whole, we're not going to be the Snopes of the news. But apparently, you know, Facebook, Twitter, and all that, they're going to get, if you post a news article on there, it'll immediately come up flagged as this is fake news or this is real news.
Well, they're gonna fact check it, right? And when they fact check it, if it doesn't show up on the right, like factual news things, like the news sources they're running through, then they're gonna start dropping it down on people's pages. What are those pages called?
Yeah, your Facebook.
The news feed. Yeah, your feed.
So yeah, and who the fuck made them the fucking people in charge? Facebook saying they're not gonna do that. Whatever. You know, Facebook is the same people that they deleted people's Facebook's accounts and pages that had. There's Facebook employees that came out and said when they worked at Facebook, they deleted people's pages that were in support of Donald Trump. Like, you know, these are the people we're gonna. Not that I'm a huge not that I'm a huge Donald Trump fan, but they did the same thing for Bernie.
You got a poster over your bed. It's okay.
I don't know. I don't think so. But
yeah, remember that one? He's got his shirt like half open, his chest hair showing.
That's Vladimir Putin riding a tiger, bitch. Get it right. So, I just I don't know that this is not what I want to want the fact checkers of the internet news to be. So, I think it's just fucking crazy. So, I will be interested to see how all that pans out.
Well, and secondly, too, like, it really shouldn't be needed. Because if a motherfucker questions a story they're reading on their newsfeed, maybe you should go check it out and see if you can find other sources for the same story.
Yeah.
Maybe you should do a little homework on your own before you decide to go tell all your friends this great thing that you just read on Facebook.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So, I agree. It's the same thing along with news. MTV this week is just, I'm sure everybody. I got a lot of backlash for a post that we had put up on where it was a big picture of Leonardo DiCaprio saying "fuck you, MTV."
Did you get backlash over that?
Oh yeah, we did. We got backlash over. And I stand behind that because what MTV did was fucking bonkers. They had they came out with this commercial.
I actually thought it was funny, dude. To be honest, like I thought it was funny.
I agree that it's very humorous, but like at the same time, like this is what. MTV is they're effective in a lot of people's lives. So, and I just don't like the fact that, I'm a white male. So I take a little offense to people coming out and grouping all the white males together and saying that this is, a bunch of bullshit about us. You can go go ahead.
You mean all people that are the same gender and ethnicity don't think and act the same?
Oh, Jesus. It's just like how anybody...
That's fucking madness. We're in the Twilight Zone.
It's just like how people generalize Muslims today. It's amazing to me just because of the media and the shit that we're involved in as a country that they think all Muslims are crazy and want to blow up buildings and fucking all this shit. When in actuality, it's a very, very small percentage of them. It's the same thing here in the U.S. If you go overseas, if you ever travel, a lot of people perceive the U.S. as a bunch of crazy people that drive trucks through mud and have American flags hanging out of the back of their truck and are fucking dressing up in KKK suits. When in actuality, that's a very small percentage of the U.S. That's not how everybody is. So we make these, and I think MTV just made a big, and they made a big blunder here. So. They tried to make a big statement and then, cover it up at the end where they threw in, not all white dudes are bad. Nobody, but you can't do that. There was a lot of outrage against it. They ended up taking the video down. I'm sure you can still find it all over the place. So, because screenshots.
That is true, though. Not all white dudes are bad.
So, and their big plea at the end was they had this black male on there, and he's like, please, because 2016 was bad. 2017 can't be worse than this, all right? Because this is bad. What the... And then they're like... They did like Charles Chappelle did with the... what was it? They had the... What did they have? The fucking race thing where they... You remember what I'm talking about on the Chappelle show? Where they had different races took different celebrities. And they had the Chinese people were we take the Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh, yes, yes. I do remember that.
It was kind of like that. They were the white female, and black male gets on there. They're like, you guys can have Kanye West. He's done enough bad shit. You white people can have him. What the fuck? That's what it felt like it was. Oh.
They did say that.
So, I just thought it was a big fucking fiasco that MTV created, and really I think MTV, you guys should know fucking better. Goddamn, keep your fucking,
I don't know. Like I
teen
said, I thought it was
pregnancies.
ironic and humorous. I mean, personally, but I mean, I understand how people could be offended by it.
I wasn't offended by it because I don't
I
let shit
just-
like
yeah.
that bother me. But
I just
at the
wasn't
same
offended
time,
by it.
like I could see where a bunch of people it could bother them, and you just don't need to do that shit. Like MTV
No,
has
right.
too much. They have too much influence on young in impersonation. You know, they impression. They drive.
Well, I think-
so.
This is what happens. What's the channel again?
MTV
What's that M stand for?
music.
When's the last time you saw a fucking video on there?
Ages. When I was in the
You're right.
military, when they played.
So this
fucking-
is what happens when music television stops fucking making music. Let's get some TRL back on there, guys. Fuck. Do something.
It's fucking yeah. I agree. And I used to watch MTV in the mornings when I get ready for work when I was in the military and stateside.
I used to
Like-
watch that shit when I was getting ready for things. Like I'd get dressed, turn
Yeah.
on some fucking videos, chill.
But
a
they
little
only
bit.
played music videos buck ass early in the morning, and then didn't play the whole goddamn video. They play like fucking 3 or the 5 minutes of the video. They cut it short.
Right, it was on a constant remix, like
Yeah.
they were fucking DJing it up. So you get like a minute and a half of a fucking cool
So
song.
I don't
get
think
off.
I was ever, with my TV inabilities as a child, or lack of thereof. I don't think I ever got to experience the real MTV. Like.
Oh, I'm sad for you because I did. I loved it. Like Yo MTV Raps, fucking awesome half hour of like the greatest rap songs that were going on at the time. That's how you knew you were something in the rap game when you got on
When
with
you made
fucking
it
Ed
to
Lover and
MTV.
Dre. Yeah,
Ed
know what I
Lover
mean?
was on there.
yeah, and Fab Five Freddy originally.
Ed Lover's, I love his shit now.
I know
Come
he did
on,
the fucking
son.
dance.
Come on, son.
It was fucking awesome, man. And that's how those were the dudes. I don't know. I mean, to me, if you're MTV, you should still have that shit going on. Your whole deal should be about fucking promoting music and artists, and not fucking reality TV.
I agree. They have a fuckload of reality TV. I think that's what it's all based on now.
Yeah, it's like all it is. And props to them because Real World was like the first reality TV show, and so they were like a fucking head of the game. But I mean, did you really have to turn your entire 24-hour network into reality TV? Or maybe could you have just had a few quality
What do they have
reality
on
shows?
there? What is on MTV now? Like they have Teen Mom.
Fuck,
I'm
I don't
sure.
know.
They have. I'm sure they
Teen
have.
Mom 8 million.
Don't they have some kind of like redneck beach fucking thing now on MTV?
Oh Lord, I don't know.
What
I
was
don't
the
know.
Jersey Shore on? Was it on MTV?
That was MTV.
I watched my fair share of that. I did. I got in this weird place for about a year where I fucking watched Jersey Shore.
Also, I do like Scream the TV series, so I will give you guys credit for Scream the TV series, but that's a scripted TV show. And again, that's not a fucking music video, although you do play decent music on the show. So, I don't know. So this is the fucking TV schedule right now. When I pop it up, Teen Wolf, Teen Mom 2, Scream the TV series, and Wild and Out. So 2 scripted dramas and fucking 4 reality TV shows.
Jesus Christ. There ain't a music video to be seen on that bitch.
If you guys need a new director of programming, I mean, let me fucking know.
We need to fucking figure out how to get Soul Train on MTV, man.
Oh, here we go. Right now, it says Beavis and Butthead is on. There's a Beavis and Butthead marathon. And then Daria. Oh, this must be like MTV2, maybe. And
They got
so
a
you get to like
second
fucking,
channel?
you
They
get
got
to
2
3 in the
channels?
morning and there's TV. Oh yeah, there's like MTV1 and MTV2.
They got MTV Espanol?
I don't know if they got that or not. I think they own VH1 though, and there's like VH1 and VH1 Classic. Well, there's MTV India because I just found it on fucking Google.
Jesus. Think they're playing fucking music videos on MTV India? Let's see.
Maybe they like musical shit in India, right?
Yeah, they're fucking musical people, man.
Yeah.
Let's just see what their website says. I'll go to it right now. The hottest social destiny. What the fuck? Love
Well, it's
School.
probably fucking hot right now over there.
Love School is their #1 thing. Get a Job. RJ Challenge. Basharam phone cases. What the fuck?
I don't know, man.
Doesn't look like MTV. So, like, who watches MTV? What is their dedicated audience? Do you think it's like preteens or like early teens to late teens?
I don't know, man.
Who the fuck watches that shit?
I don't know. I know when I was a teenager, I fucking gobbled it up. I'll say that. Like
Who the
MTV
fuck,
News.
like, if you're a
fucking
teenager
all that.
nowadays, do you? So I want to have that kid on this show. I want to know, like,
Yeah,
what
it'd
do
be good, right?
teenagers fucking watch? Like, what? Do you have a job? Like, if you got a job, what kind of fucking? I remember I worked my ass off as a teenager,
Did
and I
you?
still found time to fucking
I
get in
didn't
all
really
kinds
work
of
my
trouble.
ass off.
You know, I worked at the pizza shop. I had 2 jobs at one point, my junior and senior year. I worked at the pizza place and at the fucking movie gallery. May they rest in peace.
Man, I worked at fucking McDonald's for the summer when I was 16, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm meant for college." It's like this shit, I'm not fucking meant for this shit. Cleaning milkshake
I remember
machines
that.
at
I
1 in
would
the
go to
morning.
school all
Fuck
fucking
that.
day. Well, first I'd have to go to the pizza place at like 5:30 in the morning. I'd fucking get the bread started and dough started, and then I'd go to school all day. I'd go to the fucking pizza place and work till 8, and then from 8:15, I worked till the movie gallery closed till 11. And then on days that I had practice, I'd have to fucking one of the jobs I'd have to tell them, you know, like if I was playing sports or if I had a game. But then I still found time to fucking I made the AB honor roll. I really didn't have to study though. And then like I would fuck the shit out of my girlfriend. And I'd party my ass off. So I don't know. I guess teenagers, I don't know.
Man.
I have creative ways to do things with your time. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't make the AB honor. I made the honor roll when I was an upperclassman, but I did so fucking poor as a freshman and sophomore that even though I made like all A's and a B like for two consecutive years, my GPA was still a fucking 2.0.
Oh damn! It wasn't enough to save your GPA. Eh? That sucks.
No, in fact, it was so awful that I remember my senior year, like I had decided I wanted to go to college. After my short working time at McDonald's, I knew that I was definitely college material and not blue collar hard working material. And so I went and talked to the guidance counselor. Right? You know, the guidance counselor is supposed to fucking make you feel good.
Yeah.
You know, give you hope. My guidance counselor puts his arm around me and says, "Son, you're just not college material."
Holy shit! Really? You should go back
seriously.
and find this
Yep,
motherfucker and tell him, "Look, motherfucker,
Yep.
I have a fucking master's degree."
A master's degree later. Yeah. Although, maybe some of the reason that I fucking did that was because I was told I couldn't do it. Because I was an asshole as a teenager. I do know that. So, like, if fucking people said you can't do something, then I was, like, all about fucking getting it done. You know what I mean?
We need to have that guy on the show. We need to find him and fucking rub that crap in his face. Listen, how many other lives did you fucking possibly ruin by telling people that capable children that they would had no fucking chance in school? Like, that's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
These are the people we entrust our kids to all day long. Like, like this is like that aggravates me. I can't.
At the time, I was aggravated. Now I look back and I'm just like, yeah, so much for what that motherfucker knew.
Yeah, that's right. Fuck you, motherfucker. I pray for the school system where my kid ends up because it is not going to be pretty.
So, and I was a 2-year in a row Bill Clinton Improved Student Award winner. Like I was no joke by my upper class years. I did a little bit of fucking work and took my tests. I didn't just abacadabra that shit.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I watched I've been trying to when I move, I'm probably gonna go back to I'm gonna try to get into a Brazilian jiu-jitsu gym, and I was watching something last night.
They got a Gracie gym there?
They have one in Colorado, yeah.
Okay, there you go.
So I was looking at something, and I found like that Gracie brothers do these review videos about bullying, and they like review these videos where these kids beat the shit out of each other using BJJ.
Oh,
and
wow.
there was some video that popped up in the feed on YouTube where it was this kindergarten teacher who waited for this little boy to come out of the bathroom and picked him up. This little boy, 6 years old, picked him up by his shirt, like shook him all over the place. This huge fat lady, and was just screaming at him in the hallway for walking in the hallway. Oh my god! Just like, and I guess they suspended her for 10 days. That was the final punishment.
Oh wow!
I could not believe. So they were like, I guess it was, and it was all caught on video. The school had video feeds.
Oh jeez. Y'all right? Because now they got video everywhere.
I'm sure, yeah. But they like, I was like, I didn't feel like
fucking
that was
Chuck Berry in there.
Vindication for this lady's. It's. I won't show it on our channel because it's just hard to watch. Like, as somebody that has a child, like, it was hard for me to watch. Here's this little 6-year-old boy getting, basically just picked on and manipulated and beaten up on by this much older lady, who's supposed to be a teacher. Again, somebody we entrust our kids with all day long. They spend basically more time with these people than they do at home. Like, it was hard. And then she got suspended from school for 10 days and to come back and let your kid interact with this person. So,
fuck that.
Yeah,
I think I'd slap the shit out of somebody.
I'd be, Tony Soprano, the gabagool. Fucking show that bitch the gabagool. So,
that's one of those things. Like, the smart way is like in a ski mask, catch them in the dark and beat the fuck out of them. Like, that's the smart way to do it.
Yes.
But then there's like no fucking good feeling about that because you're like, they don't know it's me.
They don't know,
like,
that's right.
They have to feel that this is their fucking consequence for their actions.
That's right. This is your punishment for acting like a fucking chode.
But then you go to fucking jail. You know what I mean?
Right.
So instead, you just have to be like the karmic good guy, like you got to be karma beating the shit out of them in a ski mask.
There was another kid on one of those Gracie review videos. This kid, I guess he'd been bullied and I think it blew up. It was a viral video, and he was getting picked on and bullied at school, and finally, I guess this kid just had enough. They dropped their book bags. It's about to happen. All these, I think they're in 6th or 7th grade, and kid just starts like, they go to swinging at each other. And the one kid, the kid that's been getting bullied, you can tell he's about to. He knows exactly what's about to happen. He trips this guy, does like a trip, and flips him over on his back. And it's concrete everywhere. The kid lands on his back. The kid that's getting bullied's on top, and he's just wailing on him, on his head. And you can tell what he's doing. He's like, it's like watching these Gracie guys were explaining it. They were like, this kid knows exactly what he's doing. He's softening this kid up for the armbar that's about to happen, and that's what he does. Wow. He drops like 12 bombs on this kid's head. Waits till his arm pops up. The kid brings his arm up to guard his head, and he just takes that arm and fucking rolls and pulls an armbar on him. And then they talked about how this kid must have been trained and that he exercised a lot of patience, because the way he performed this armbar is he could have popped this kid's arm off. You can see where he goes to a certain point and tells this kid, he asks him, he tells him, he's like, have you had enough? Have you had enough motherfucker? And
wow.
So, and he's he's like in 6th grade. So what did that make him? 12 years old, 13 years old?
Yeah, 12 or 13. Yeah.
Maybe
11 or 12.
For somebody in that age and in that situation to exercise that kind of judgment, that speaks volumes for that kid. So
yeah, I thought you were gonna say he was like Ralphie on A Christmas Story, and he was doing the ground and pound on the bully just on top of him.
Well, it looked like he did. He like wailed on him, but you could tell as soon as like what unfolded. He was just softening him up. He waited for that arm to pop up. Boom, over. Like, So, the same thing is that they what was it, 2 years ago? That kid was getting bullied in a gym at school, and he punched him, and the kid died. Do you remember that shit?
I do remember that. Yeah.
So and they didn't try that kid as they let him go. All charges were dropped. Basically because he did it in self-defense.
Right. Yeah, it was right.
So, but yeah, like I'm a big proponent now. I think as soon as my kid is ready, I'll probably put her in some kind of stuff like that. And it's not that I'm fear that she's going to get beat up, but I don't want her to be defenseless if it ever comes to something like that. I want to feel like, if she's in that moment and she needs to do something, that she can.
You're not just going to teach her like all the soft spots. like sternum punches and shit like that.
I will definitely I will encourage her to. I won't make her if she doesn't want to, but I will encourage her to take Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Krav Maga. That's something that we both can do together.
Yeah.
And that will teach her. There's a lot of things that not just martial arts, just fighting that teaches patience. Especially in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and in fucking Krav Maga, like you have to. Sometimes you have to take a couple hits to get to where you need to be, to finish the situation. Yeah. So discipline, I think that's totally true. So teaching discipline. So.
Yeah, I did full contact karate for like 3 years until my sensei beat the crap out of me. Then I stopped. I was in the 4th grade, and I could beat everybody in the class, and so I always had to fight the sensei. And I don't know if he got mad at me or what, man, but he whipped my ass one time, and that was the end of karate for me.
That's it.
After that, I switched to fucking kickboxing and boxing because my dad had been a Gold Glove boxer. So yeah. And karate's just not that much. I mean, for me, it wasn't that much fun. It's a lot of fucking. It's like yoga standing up.
There's a lot. What they call it, kate? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, a kata.
A kata. There's a lot of movement, choreographed movement, right?
Yep. Yep.
There's a lot of badass karate fighters. Leo Machado.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I mean it's fucking tough.
So
it's fucking tough. And Mr. Sakaguchi beat my ass. He was fucking tough too.
So. All right. Well, I think that's about it for the show. I'm gonna play the ad one more time for BoobTube. We'll do that real quick.
All right. Hey, good luck to Rousey this week, right?
Yeah. Well, no, that's next week. It's at the end of the month.
Okay.
Yep.
So we'll talk about the card next week then.
Yep. Let me run this ad and then we'll close it out.
Hey, Merry Christmas to everybody.
The BoobTube Buddies are a group of men and women dedicated to bringing class to post-episode discussions of your favorite shows.
Whips, chains, he was up for anything. So he put on his patent black leather gloves and went to the party. Little did he know, there was no party. It was an elementary school and it was 11 a.m.
Thoroughly examining all the angles.
Man, Jurassic Park 3 was a real piece of shit.
But it had William H. Muffman in it.
Who's William H. Muffman? Did you just have a stroke when you said that name?
Sophistication and congeniality above all else.
That's how I feel every time I'm here because she literally podcasts with her naked butt in my face the entire time. And I just really fell for Audrey at that moment.
I don't, but it wouldn't be surprising if I did, as I love to shock people with my nude body.
Don't be caught with your trousers down at the tea caddy the next morning.
Jerking uncontrollably, and Claire pulls him out.
That's what Mothman does after he gets off the podcast.
Just jerk uncontrollably. To the sound of our own voices.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
I fucking love post-editing.
The BoobTube Buddies are currently covering Westworld, The Walking Dead, Luke Cage, Ash vs. Evil Dead, and The Gilmore Girls. You can find them on any major podcasting app as well as boobtubebuddies.com or at BoobTubeBuddies on all social media platforms. Stay classy, little buddies.
All right. You there, bud?
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Yep. I was listening to music in my head again. This time it was like porn music. Bow, chicka, wow, wow.
Yeah, make sure you check out BoobTube Buddies. Like I said, it's a post-show podcast where they discuss things like Westworld, Walking Dead, Gilmore Girls. So a couple of guys and gals, great guys and gals over there, and we appreciate them running.
We should see about doing a crossover show with them.
Yeah, we can probably do. Yeah. So hey, I know you guys are going to listen to this. So what Bo just said, we'd love to discuss that with you guys. So
yeah, I'm a movie and TV geek. So
yep, and we just all watched. We're all caught up. I'm not caught up on The Walking Dead, but I'll be glad to discuss whatever you want about it. How bad I want to see Carl just fucking shoot Rick in the goddamn face already.
Carl is a little one-eyed bitch, and you need to knock it off.
How dare you kill Glenn? Spoiler alerts.
The eyeball pop. My father was so mad about that.
Was he?
He was so angry. He's like, what is fucking wrong with these people?
So
What is wrong with them? They had to kill Abraham and Glenn?
So one of the guys that there's a British guy now that I play that I play Eve with. We were talking about that the other night. He was asking me about shows that I watch, and he's British, so there's he's very interested in what I liked. And I was like, oh, I'm not, you should watch Westworld. He's like, oh, I'm on episode number 7. And I was like, oh, you're about to get your fucking world rocked, motherfucker. Like, you don't know what is coming. He was like, well, it can't be near as bad as when fucking Glenn died the other night. I had to walk out of the fucking room. He's like, I literally didn't watch the rest of the episode until 2 days later. That's how upset he was. So,
wow.
If you're listening, man, right now, like, you need to finish watching Westworld, because you're going to have your fucking world rocked. So I told him, I was like, what happens in episode, 8 or 7, I think that's where he's at. He had 3 more to go. So episode 7, something crazy fucking happens that comes out of nowhere. And then 9 and 10, just like, oh my God. So lots of good shit. It's a good show. Go watch Westworld. Go check out BoobTube Buddies. Thanks so much for running our stuff over there, guys. We appreciate it. Got anything else you want to say? We're going to be back. We're not going to be here on Monday, obviously, because of Christmas. But we will be back next Thursday. And it will probably be my last podcast and streaming stuff in this house. So that'll probably be it for me. I'll be out of here and on the road. So we'll have to see how that all works out for the next.
It's ready to be a historic episode.
It'll be on the move with Doc. So.
That's right. That's what you got to do, man. A fucking travelogue.
I will see if I can do that for you guys. I'd be glad to do that. So I'll be probably stressed out to the max and fucking fed up with everybody, but I will do it. At least I'm not going very far. I only like probably 6 hours down the road. So. But I am going to probably more than likely leave the great state of fucking Wyoming. I'm going to leave it in the dust, and I'm not going to look back. So. It's been fun. It's been real Wyoming, but it ain't been real fun. So, all right. So we will see you guys next Thursday. Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Is it Happy Kwanzaa or Merry Kwanzaa? Happy Kwanzaa, maybe. Get Eddie on the phone. Eddie Huang. He's all about Kwanzaa.
Eddie Huang, that's right. Good TV all around, I'm sure, is going on right now. So make sure you check that shit out. You can check out all our episodes. I'll be live again tomorrow. I'm going to stream a little Battlefield 1 for you fools. So you can actually tomorrow, if you want to, during the stream, I'll be glad to play with anybody on the PC. So if you want to hook up and play again.
You're going to be playing with people?
I'm going to play with them.
I hope they're all above board and the right age, my friend.
Oh my God. Always got to take it there.
But I am a certified sex offender treatment specialist, so I might be able to help you with those problems.
I'll be live tomorrow with Battlefield 1. Slightly Nocturnal will be back next Thursday, so a week from now. And we'll be ready to ring in the new year. I'll be ready to get the fuck out of Wyoming. Merry Christmas. Think for your motherfucking self and question everything, guys. Don't go watch Rogue One.
Watch it. Don't listen to that bullshit. It's a good movie.
We didn't get to watch it. I promised to talk about it in tonight's show, but I didn't. So I'll talk about it tomorrow on my Battlefield 1 stream if you want to do that. But I say don't go watch it. So if you're a fan of Docs, you won't go watch it. If you're a fan of Bose, you will go watch it. So.
Wow.
I love you guys. We'll see you guys next week.
Yep. Catch y'all on the flip side.